There is something you have been holding on to. Perhaps a person, a version of a relationship that no longer exists, except in the place you keep replaying it. A decision you cannot undo. A version of yourself you used to be before something changed you. You have carried it for longer than you meant to, long after it stopped serving any purpose except wait. This is not a meditation that will make you forget. Forgetting is not the goal, and it was never the goal. This is a meditation that will help you set it down, not because it didn't matter, but because you no longer need to carry it in order to honor that it mattered. Come as you are, whatever you're holding, it's welcome here. Welcome to Aura Quietude. Before we begin, I want to offer you something the Buddhist tradition understood with unusual clarity, a concept called anicca, impermanence. Everything changes. Everything arises and passes. Every person, every relationship, every chapter of a life. Held within it, from the very beginning, the seed of its own ending. This is not a tragedy. It is simply the nature of things. The cherry blossom is not less beautiful because it falls within days. If anything, its brevity is part of what makes it beautiful. Our suffering rarely comes from loss itself. It comes from our resistance to it, from gripping tightly to something that was always, by its nature, going to change. Today we practice loosening that grip, gently, with no judgment for how tightly you have been holding on. You held on because it mattered. That was never wrong. But now, it may be time to let your hands open. Let's begin. Find a comfortable position, seated or lying down, whichever feels more honest for what you're about to do. Let your eyes close. Take a moment to simply arrive here. Not where you were an hour ago, not where you'll be tomorrow. Just here, in this body, on this breath, in this single, unrepeatable moment. Notice if there is a place in your body where you are holding something. The chest, often. Sometimes the throat, where unspoken things gather. Sometimes the stomach, low and quiet. Whatever you find there, let it be there. You don't need to release it yet. You only need to acknowledge that it exists and that it has been asking, in its own quiet way, to be witnessed. We'll use the breath now, not to force anything, but to begin a gentle rhythm of holding and releasing, holding and releasing, the way grief itself moves when we let it. Breathe in slowly, and as you do, imagine gathering whatever you are holding, gently, without force, into your hands. And breathe out slowly, releasing just a little, not all of it, just a little. Again, breathe in, gathering, and breathe out, releasing a little more. One more time. In, holding what is yours to hold. And out, letting go of what is ready to be released. Let your breath return to its own rhythm. There is no timeline for this. Release moves at its own pace, and that pace is allowed to be slow. I want to offer a distinction that changed something in me when I first encountered it. There is a difference between holding a memory and gripping it. To hold something is to keep it close with open hands, to let it be part of your story without demanding that it remain your present. You can hold a love that has ended. You can hold a version of yourself that has changed. You can hold a person who is gone and still let your hands be open enough to receive what is here now. To grip is different. Gripping is the refusal to let what has ended end. It is the replaying, the bargaining, the quiet insistence that if you just think about it enough, you can change what already happened. The Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron wrote, "Letting there be room for not knowing is the most important thing of all." We grip because the unknown, life without this person, this identity, this chapter, feels unbearable. So we hold tighter to the known, even when the known is causing us pain. But here is what is also true. What you are gripping has already changed. It is not the same as it was. You are holding a memory of something, and a memory, however vivid, is not the thing itself. It is a candle you keep relighting in a room the wind has already moved through. Letting go does not mean it didn't matter. It means you are finally willing to let it have happened, fully, completely, instead of keeping it suspended in a present that no longer exists. I want to guide you somewhere now. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a slow-moving river. The water is clear, unhurried, moving steadily towards somewhere you cannot see. In your hands, you are holding what you have been carrying. Give it a shape. Perhaps a stone, smooth from how long you've held it. Perhaps a folded piece of paper. Whatever feels true. Feel its weight one last time. Acknowledge everything it represents. The love, the loss, the version of you that existed before this happened. None of it was wasted. None of it was wrong to feel. And now, when you are ready, and only when you are ready, kneel at the edge of the water and gently let it go into the current. Watch it for a moment as the river carries it, not violently, not as rejection, simply onward, the way rivers have always carried what is ready to be carried. Notice your hands now, empty, open, unburdened in a way they have not been in some time. The river does not forget what it carries. It simply moves it forward, toward the sea, toward transformation, toward becoming part of something larger than the single moment it once was. Your story moves forward too, carrying everything that came before, not as weight, but as water that has shaped the riverbed of who you are. Breathe into this emptiness. It is not loss, it is space. And space, in time, is where something new is always permitted to grow. Begin to deepen your breath now. Slowly bring your awareness back to the room around you, the ground beneath you, the simple fact of being here, now, in a body that has just done something quietly brave. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment before you move. This was not a small thing you just did. Letting go is rarely finished in a single sitting. You may find what you release today returns tomorrow, asking to be released again. That is not failure. That is simply how grief moves, in waves, not in straight lines. But you now know the way to the river. You know what it feels like to open your hands. And each time you return there, a little more settles, a little more space opens. What you loved, you are allowed to have loved. What you lost, you are allowed to grieve. And what remains, quietly, patiently, is you. Still here, still whole, still capable of carrying forward with open hands toward whatever comes next. Thank you for trusting me with this today. This is tender ground, and the fact that you walked it with me means something. If you'd like, leave a comment below. What is one thing you are ready to release? You don't have to share the details. Sometimes simply naming it is enough. I read every comment, and this is a space where you are never alone in what you're carrying. If this channel is new to you, subscribe. We go deep here, gently, every week. Until next time, go gently.